Jxhines is an upcoming R&B sensation. With his fresh new sounds and vibes, he's now ready to tell his story of how his music is making it cool to love again. What's going on, man? I'm here with my man Jxhine.
What's going on, man?
Man, pleasure, man, to finally get down and sit down with you, man, and just chop it up with you, man. Let the people know what's going on with you. I mean, a little bit about yourself, where you from, the history, man. I'm just give you the floor and let's go from the beginning.
Okay.
So let us know a little bit about Jxhine, where it all started, where you come from.
So originally, man, I'm born and raised South Florida. Little small town. Not too many people really probably know about. Okay. But shout out to the 772, man.
Yes,
Fort Pierce, Port St. Lucie area. So I was born in a little small town, moved this way 2010 for college, where I graduated from John C. Smith University. Word. So, shout out my alumni as well.
That's dope.
So that's kind of how I got to Charlotte, and and my journey kind of started like once I made my way here, and that's just how I was able to build relationships like throughout the community with just from my promotional background and just being able to build from that standpoint. Just as how I ran into people like yourself and countless others, man. But
man, for sure,
that's kind of like my little backstory, just like where I'm from originally and everything.
Yeah, when I first came to the city, just linking up with everybody and just figuring out, who's who. Your name was always mentioned, especially on the club scene, the promotion scene. You was doing your thing, man. And how important was that, like with you using that to kind of intertwine with your music and creating as an artist, to get you in certain positions?
Honestly, I felt like that was very important to just my career, and I stress that to anybody, man, because without relationships, you really can't have anything, you know what I'm saying? So that was like one of the pivotal moments in my life where I got the opportunity to see the game, what I'm saying, firsthand, learn how, it works, see how people are moved around, learn business, hands-on, so it's kind of like the fly on the wall, you know what I'm saying? And at the same time too, just, picture myself in those same positions, like, okay, like, once it's my time and when I'm afforded that opportunity, like, how would I handle it? You know what I'm saying? Like, how would I approach it? You know what I'm saying? How would I rock the crowd?
Right.
So, yeah, man, I just kind of use those, platforms as opportunities to just be able to build with people outside of my market, and I was big on how I treated everybody. So I made sure, like, if I was crossing paths with you, it was always good energy. Yeah. So, and through that, man, the music came. And, from there, it's like, whoa, I didn't even know this dude can sing. But by that time, it's like, yo, I genuinely mess with this guy, like, because he's just a good brother. You know what I'm saying? So I just try to always do right about everybody I meet.
Yeah. I know. When I first heard you, man, it was a feature on an artist that I was working with out of South Carolina, and he was on the hook, and I was like, man, who's this guy on the hook? And he's like, it's Jxhine. I'm like, okay, you sound pretty good, man. You might need. But over the years, man,
early on,
I seen your work, and what's your secret? Every year you got better. Every year. Every year, I just noticed that about you.
I'll say the secret, man, is I pray a lot, man, and honestly, bro, it's in me. It's just one of those things where, like, I always want to evolve, and I try to just take what I feel is current, what I know and love, like genuinely grew up on, you know what I'm saying, and I just was kind of like each year just reinventing myself. Reinventing myself, like, okay, how can I get better? What do I need to work on here? Do I need to go to vocal training there? Do I need to go do this? And I just kind of challenge myself each year to just get better. And more importantly, I put in my hours in the studio. Like, I can't stress that enough, how important it is to really hone in on your craft. You know what I'm saying? You got to put in your 10,000 hours. Like, you got to really do your homework, Exactly. So for me, those are just the challenges I was faced with, and through those, man, I just started telling my story. Once I got in a place where I felt like, I've mastered what I started doing, then came the confidence, you know what I'm saying? So, that's just kind of how I was able to evolve, man, but definitely had to go through that process.
Oh, yeah. So getting back to your early beginnings of your career, man, who were some of your biggest influences, you would say, that kind of...
growing up, so I'm an early 90s baby, man. But basically, my influences at that time, man, was a lot of gospel, you know, grew up in church.
That's a good foundation.
You know what I'm saying? So outside of that, you know, I used to listen to Michael Jackson. Like, like anybody that knows me knows that, like, okay, Michael Jackson is like my huge music hero. You know what I'm saying? And that was kind of like my first introduction to like feel good music. You know what I'm saying? Which is kind of why that rubbed off on me. Like everything I do, I want people to feel good. You know what I'm saying? More importantly, if it feel good to me, and I'm a feel good person, you know, that's gonna translate over to the people. You know what I'm saying? So Michael Jackson. Then of course you got the people like Usher, Trey, Chris, Music Soul Child, Jagged Edge, Erykah Badu, and then it was like the hip hop side of me, which is like the huge Outkast fan, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, Andre, a Big Boy, Phil Mob, the list goes on, man. Hov, Lil Wayne, you know what I'm saying? Wayne was like one of the people that really like, for me, like made me fall in love with metaphors, you know what I'm saying? Because just the way he was lyrical, you know what I'm saying? So that was one of the...
Made you think a little bit.
Yeah, so like, you know, and now that I'm like creating the way I'm creating, and I like, and people ask me those questions, I go back, I'm like, man, he really did, like, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, whoa, like, you know, I wasn't thinking about metaphors like ever at that age. Like, what's that? I'm new to that word, you know. So the fact that it's like something that plays heavy in what I do from a you know, an artist standpoint is pretty dope. So that's just to name a few. It's some people, you know, list goes on, man.
And when you say feel good music, because I'm all about I'm an R&B fan, so you know what I'm saying. Of course, the feel good music is what I'm all about. How hard would you say it's been to not stray away from that? You know, dealing with the industry, sometimes you get maybe a little pressure to go a certain route, especially when you're trying to, you know, break in.
To honestly, to truthfully say, man, just be I'm myself. You know what I'm saying? And I think that plays in 100% of everything I do. You know what I'm saying? I'm myself. You know, I'm hands-on with everything I do. And more importantly, like, I'm understanding that what I'm building, it didn't exist. You know what I'm saying? So now it exists. You know what I'm saying? People can understand it, they can get it. So, you know, I'm not coming by way of, you know, directions of something else. You know what I'm saying? I'm in tune with me. I know what feels right to me. I know clearly what's right from wrong, and more importantly, I see a void that need to be filled. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of like, I'm not scared to be vulnerable in regards of like, as a man, talking about love. And love just ain't a relationship type of thing. That's more, it's deeper than that. And it's like different layers. Like, I wanted people to be able to like love from all angles, whether it's like yourself first, you know what I'm saying, your relationship, your family, friends, business partners, like whatever it is you genuinely love to do. Like, I just kind of wanted to get back to that way of thinking and living, you know what I'm saying? So that's kind of like where the feel good, you know, music just like, it makes sense, you know what I'm saying? And it's needed.
Got you. So being an independent artist, it's a lot of good in that. One of the good things is creative control.
Correct.
Being able to, you know, take it in the direction you want to go in and stick to your guns, like you say.
Right.
For Jxhines, what's a typical creative process for you when you writing a song or getting inspiration for a song?
Typically, like, my inspiration come from just like what I'm going through at that moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you really like listen to my music, like I'm either talking about things I've experienced, or we're going through, or know somebody that went through it. You know what I'm saying? And I just try to find a way to like tell this story. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so like my process is just, you know, not to give all the sauce, but it's really like, you know, I'm a situational guy. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like everybody loves relatability. You know what I'm saying? And when I'm writing or when I'm telling this story, like, I want somebody to be able to be like, yo, somewhere in there, like, I went through that, felt that, experienced that, or seen that. You know what I'm saying? And I want to cover every aspect of that, whether that's, you know, whether the beat is here or whether the beat is there. You know what I'm saying? And that's really what it is. You know what I'm saying? Just being able to tell stories that people can relate to from every side. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So, as far as a production team, is there a production team that you typically work with, or is?
So I work strongly like I work close with my engineer, and so shout out JStacks, you know what I'm saying, get that baby out the street, that's my boy.
Yes, sir.
But shout out to the other guys, like, you know, DJ Trap, my guy Dr. Zeus down in Miami, a few other people, man, I can't even name right now, but y'all know who y'all are. But sure. It's a super dope girl too named Keita, you know what I'm saying? So I have people, my select few people that they understand what I'm trying to do. They understand my vision, and basically how it is, we do everything from scratch. So like, and for as writing physically, I know most people won't probably believe it or not, but I don't really write. So I you know, when I'm in there, I lock in, and for me, it's just like whatever I'm feeling, that's what comes out. You know what I'm saying? And I understand structure. You feel me? So, and that's the main thing when it comes to a record, is structure.
So as you said, you have an engineer, a producer that you strongly work with. To other artists out there, how important is it to really develop that relationship with the producer and kind of, you know, develop your style?
It's important because, like, number one, you wanna find somebody that really believes in what you're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? And like, of course, you're gonna shuffle through a lot of people before you can even get to that point. You know what I'm saying? But you'll know that person when you find them. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all both going, you know, it's not gonna be any egos attached to it. It's just more like, yo, we got a vision. We both trying to get there. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it's a lot faster to be in that vehicle that started from ground up than to, you know, move around and just try to find a home. And sometimes you never really find a home. But it's important, man, because like you get to work on the things that you want to work on, like, and what feels personable to you, opposed to like just being at the mercy of, like, you know, everybody, because everybody don't get it. You know what I'm saying? And for me, it's like an energy thing. So I think it's very important to find one person to build with and grow. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And challenge each other too while you in there.
Exactly.
Don't be afraid to say no. You know, this ain't it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be
real. You gotta, you know, be able to take constructive criticism.
And I'm my biggest critic. You know what I'm saying? I'm hard on myself, man. I throw a record out real quick. I'll be like, nah, this ain't it. And everybody else is like, yo, this is fire. I'm like, nah, bro, because if it don't move me, you know, but.
I feel you. So we had a producer, I Got 20 on our last episode, and you and him linked up and collaborated. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, man. Shout out to 22. Like, that was one of the names I slipped my mind. But that's my bro. And really how that whole Fireflies record came about was pretty, it was special, man. It was like 3 a.m. It was the last beat that JStacks played, because we had recorded 2 other records before that. And he played it, and I just started singing Fireflies. And you know, Stacks looked at me and was like, "Really?" I was like, "Man, watch, bro. The song gonna change my life. I swear." That's what I said. And we cut it, and it was like we finished that record like maybe an hour tops. And from there, man, it spoke volume. But that was like 20, like opening, like, you know, exposing 20 on a different side, you know, because you know, being able to take something that has like such a heavy 808 typically would be for, you know, maybe a hip-hop artist, and to make it so beautiful, you know what I'm saying, from a vocal standpoint, it was just, it complemented each other.
That was a great collaboration, man.
100%.
Definitely.
We got hella more records too. You know what I'm saying? So that's look out for those, man.
All right, so one thing I noticed over the last probably, I would say 2 years, man, your visual game is crazy, bro. your videos, the visuals you're putting out. Can you tell us a little bit about, I guess, the creation of what you're doing now, and what you're trying to, how you trying to take it from here to the next level?
Definitely shout out to my camera team, man, and the guys that's been helping me just be able to create on that level. My guy Mac, Timmy, like just to name a few, like people that I've worked with, you know what I'm saying? But those are the guys responsible for that particular video. But basically, man, I came up with the treatment, and it's no different from the music. Like it's kind of like whatever story I want to tell, you know what I'm saying, I write those things out, we come together collectively, and I don't care if it's like something where I'm like, I want a sandstorm, like, you know, like let's do it, you know what I'm saying? We think like that, and we don't even question it, we just do it, because like for me, I'm like, it's thousands and millions of people doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah.
Every day. So how do I stand out in a room full of people that's doing that? You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to do anything typical of what people saw before. I'm trying to break that stigma. I'm going to break that stigma.
Right.
And I'm bringing something to the forefront that no one's seen in a long time.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I just kind of want to keep upping the stakes every single time. And once again, the same way I lyrically give people different versions of me, you know what I'm saying, through my artistry, I want to do the same thing visually. You know what I'm saying? I want to be like, man, the song made you feel this way, but when you saw the visual, it was like, sheesh, like, wow, I wasn't even thinking like that, you know? Yeah. So, but that's going to be one of the cool things about me. That's just, I feel like that's going to create this huge creative fan base, and they're going to just love it, man. So my goal is just to keep inspiring, you know what I'm saying, more and more. So I got more stuff on the way, a lot of more crazy visuals on the way.
So when I personally, because I'm an R&B fan, I'm always looking to what's next, and I'm seeing you as the future of R&B. You know what I'm saying? Seriously. People watching you, and you're gonna see right that I think what you doing, you paving the way for the new sound, man. So as an artist and as a R&B artist out now, what kind of advice could you give up and coming R&B? Because it's kind of a funny line now. What is an R&B singer now? I don't. You know what I'm saying?
You got a lot of. So it's funny, man. How can I say this? If I was to say anything to any inspiring artist, not just R&B coming up, man, you know, and I go to bat for this for anybody. Take your time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like lately we get caught up in this social media thing, and people feel like, well, you know, it's about who can put out the most content, but just because you're putting out the fastest content don't mean you're putting out quality. Right. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, I'm not trying to run step for step for who I'm looking at. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to run step for step for what my pace is. You know? Right. And I preach that a lot so much, and I'm so gun-hosted on it because I truly believe like if like we can just take our time and hit the mark with it, you'll see a lot more come to the forefront. You know what I'm saying? So just for any R&B artist, just, you know, just be yourself. Be yourself. Whatever that creative left field person is, that's you. Be you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't get to this point in my life without being me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm into all kind of art. I like visions. I like to create visions. So anything I'm thinking of, but more importantly, you know, I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna take my time doing it. So that's really the only advice I can give somebody that's trying to like make an impact. Cause for me, like, I'm trying to reach generations like beyond like when, you know, I'm longing, you know, like, but like really like that's the goal, and I want them to be able to be like, yo, this dude, we 70, 80, and this dude music still bumping like it was, you know what I'm saying? We
call it timeless music.
Right. So that's really everything I do, man. I want to be timeless, and I feel like that's just what's been missing. So
So what's in the future for Jxhines, man?
A lot of big things, man. A lot of big surprises. You know, a lot of new accomplishments, big achievements, all of the above, man. So right now, currently, you know, I put out a dope album called Lovestory. It's been doing really good, really well. It had a lot of major features on it. Well, not a lot, but 2 big major features on it. One being Toosii. Shout out to him and Stone Coast Marketing.
Doing his thing.
And shout out to my boy Tigo B. I kept it light, but at the same time, it's a 9-track album that's just from top to bottom. It's feel good music. So that's what's currently going crazy for me. But in the midst of that, I'm getting ready to drop a mixtape and another project. So those are complete. Just a matter of just giving a date and when. But
so we on the lookout for
a couple people like that I'm working with right now. A guy that's coming up out of Atlanta that's huge too. Shout out to my boy Land Strip Chip. So we have a crazy record that's called Hotel that's getting ready to surface soon. So yeah, man. But just getting ready to lock in with, you know, bigger people, but and create more magic. So that's it for me, man. We about to take this thing beyond like, you know, all means.
Yes, sir. So with these crazy times going on, man, family and the community and just helping people, man, has been real important. And I see you out there very active in the community and in the city and stuff, man. 100%. Can you talk a little bit about what you got going on?
Yeah, 100%, man. So just my brand is Making It Cool to Love Again, MTTLA. And basically, man, like we just want to be examples, you know what I'm saying, the forefront of it. So I'm very active here in the Charlotte community, something I plan to stay and grow. That's not dope. Just, you know, from a touching the homeless perspective, but just really getting into like, you know, just these places where our voices can be heard, you know. So but basically, man, like, you know, me and my team, we come together. You know, I did a toy drive for Christmas. The goal was to find a family, and you know, it wasn't like any calculated family. It was just, you know, we pulled up at Walmart.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, we just wanted to be a blessing to somebody. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I feel like that was the element of surprise and being organic. Like, you know, to me is like how we want to stay through it all. But you know, down to feeding the homeless, you know what I'm saying, and looking to do much more in the community, you know.
That's so
just spread the love, man. Like, you know, it's a double-headed sword. So you know, the music and the touching the people, because that's what we're really about.
All right, dope. Once again, man, I appreciate what you're doing, man. Proud of you, my brother.
Yes, sir.
Keep doing your thing.
Appreciate it.
I want you to have a toast with me, man, to the future, man.
To the future, good
you
things,
know what I'm saying?
Good vibe. Yes, sir.
Jxhines.
Yes, sir. Making it cool love again, man.
You already know, creative culture.